Welcome back. Hi. We're back up to 90 steps because we have the sauna from yesterday to put us 20 above. We have a couple of agendas, which is always the way you want to play this game. If you narrow-mindedly pursue one goal in here, you're going to be frustrated because frequently the house does not cooperate. But having the goal of, let's see some new rooms, is always a good idea. Having the goal of trying to get into the antechamber is always good, but there's other things. Trying to make some of the synergies in the house work. We'd love to get the boiler room next to either the laboratory or to any of the other rooms that have something powered. Always worth doing. So we have the tool shed, the schoolhouse, and the root cellar. So there you go. There's another possibility of let's try another school day because we've done 2 classrooms, but there should be 8. And that's something worth doing. So let's open the schoolhouse. Oh, there's a sledgehammer. I was just going to stay out. But no, if you're going to give me a sledgehammer, I'll spend a step on that. And then I don't think there's anything else. And we're going to go right to the right. And starting straight away with the library. That feels like a good plan. I forget where we are on the back and forth of order a book. Hey, a key. I forget where we are on ordering a book. But yeah. So we've seen 4 of these. We're left with Swimbird and the pump system manual. Again, oh, it's the pump room. That's the other one. Thanks, game. I don't know what Swimbird will have for us, but the pump manual we know we're going to want at some point. So that feels like a thing that's worth getting just so that we have that information. Oh my, yeah, that's a thing. So I think it's just going to be the Great Hall. And the door straight ahead of us, yeah, we've sort of cut off that corner. The door straight ahead of us is going to be locked, but it's worth trying to open. There's a classroom. I'm interested to know, you know what? Let's get that key back. I'm going to do the classroom just because it comes up. Let's get that key. Now, it's supposed to say you will always get the library. But I have a library, so now what is it going to do? Fascinating. Well, that was quick. Gene Ribbon, Paul Withers. Never heard of either of these people. From years back. Okay, so the EPCW pump system is engineered specifically for the luxury requirements of today's indoor swimming pool and spa. The EPCW system is also expandable, allowing you to use multiple pumps to control the water flow and volume to several different designated tanks. An aquatic house features, be it an aquarium, fountain, or a good old-fashioned swimming pool, Pool Series 8. Water level indicators, source label, selection buttons. I don't think I need to read this entire thing. Yeah, 1 button for each different water source on the estate. How do they know it's an estate? Push a button to select the source you'd like to address or adjust. Right. After you've selected a source using the panel, set the pump associated that to pump either in or out. This will initiate water flow to or from one of your supply tanks. A pump may be connected to more than 1 tank, allowing you to store and retrieve even more water. The switch, kind of similar to the switches we saw in the boiler room. Use the water control panel to select a source. Use the pump lever to select water flow direction. Oh, that's it. Okay. That had less information than I was hoping for. I want Swimbird. Okay, what are we doing? We're filling in this corner with a weird room. I've never seen the bookshop, and I can afford it. I've never even heard of the bookshop. Oop, yeah, we do have a thing. Blessing of the High Roller. Oh, right. Every time you draft a shop room, gain a die. Every time you roll a die, get 5 dice. Or 5 coins. Right. And that's connected back into the Great Hall. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, and it has a bishop. Well, why am I not able to do that? So I can buy things. Yeah. But we're so looking over all these shelves. We have a lovely place to sit and read what we bought. And then this. Reddington Herald, a new clue sold out in hours. It should come as no surprise that the latest book from local author Marion Marigold is breaking literary records and making headlines even in absentia. The release of her new book, A New Clue, comes only 14 months after the distressful report of the author's mysterious and unexplained disappearance. Her current publisher has issued a statement debunking conspiracy theories surrounding the book's recent announcement, stating, "The writing of the book was completed and well into the editing stages many months before the disappearance. In addition, the publisher has revealed that all the proceeds from the first edition sales of A New Clue will be going to Lasting Hope, a non-profit organization that aims to provide resources and intel for the investigations of missing persons. Still, the timing and conveniently mysterious title of Marigold's third book has left many cynics denouncing the book and her disappearance as a cheap publicity stunt. Detective Bon Margle, who we've seen already with the highly redacted history book, many theorize may have been the inspiration for A New Clue, was quoted only as saying that the book was unintentionally accurate. Regardless of their opinions, fans, pundits, and cynics alike were standing together, elbow to elbow, in bookshop queues this morning, eager to get their hands on what may very likely be the last words ever published by the missing author. Except we know that she may have actually been taken over the border into a less oppressive country. Okay. Oh. So we have drafting strategy free. This is 4 and 5. Presumably that is the unredacted version of the book. Wow, okay. So we kind of have a goal for the day, and that is to get some cash together. So this, once again, is 5 gold every time you roll dice. Okay. Well, now we have a die. Yeah, this is the short way back. Oh, but that door's going to be locked. Okay. Just on the threshold. Okay. I don't mind going back around the long way. That's just weird. Okay. What do? Let's do the side. Den, guest bedroom, classroom. Let's do the den. Pick up a gem so that we can pay for a classroom. Let's put a room in the corner. Closet, pantry, commissary. Commissary, put a shop in the building, get a die to be able to generate money. Commissary. So 2 dice. Things available for purchase today are shovels, salt shakers, sleeping masks, and metal detectors. Okay. This still is not activated. Let's go out from here. West Wing Hall, guest bedroom, nursery. Yeah, I'm not worried about steps though, am I? West Wing Hall. Let's fill this room in. Pantry, storeroom, observatory. Now I'm okay with putting the pantry in. Okay, $4. So now let's do this door. Guest bedroom, closet, classroom. Well, if we want to put classrooms in, we are back at grade 1. We have the same thing. Oh, I see a lucky rabbit's foot on someone's desk. Okay, and there's an apple from the teacher, or for the teacher. Not really from, it's for me. There we go. Okay. So now, this closet, parlor, passageway, except the parlor is stupid. The passageway, yeah, hating this. Redraw 5. Why is it 5? Oh, because of the reading nook, maybe. Yeah, we're going to redraw that. That's terrible. Bedroom, hallway, nursery. Bedroom is still pointed the wrong way. Hallway we could do, but I mean, really what we want is either this to be... We just want a room that's pointing north. Redraw. Spare bedroom, ew. Guest bedroom, drawing room, still not pointing north. Redraw. Corridor, storeroom, walk-in closet. How dare you? I'm half tempted to just give up, but it's like, you have the redraws, use them. Left, security would work, except no gem. Courtyard still pointing the wrong way. Chapel pointing the right way. Except you're going to lose a coin every time you go through it. Okay, place the chapel. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to go back around and we're going to try to push through out the foundation. Okay, so we need this to work. We need this to go straight through, and we have 2 ivory dice to try to make sure that happens. So the spare bedroom will get us out of this rank. Nothing here. Okay, so now I feel a little bit better about things. Closet, corridor, guest bedroom. Corridor makes me feel even better because now we're kind of separated away from that chapel door, and so now they can sort of spread out independently of each other. This will be unlocked. Parlor, bedroom, classroom. Wish we could take the classroom, but it's going to be the parlor so we can get ourselves some gems. So wind up key, and we're going to have a puzzle for the day. The gems are in the white box. Statements with the word white are always true. The statement on the white box is true. So every box has white in it. So I'm a mathematician and a puzzle writer. Let's talk about the word always. So this is one of those things that will instantly make you better at these kinds of logic problems, but it's kind of counterintuitive because we think that the opposite of the word always is never. And from a logical standpoint, it's not true. It cannot be that this statement is true, because that would give us 3 true boxes and we can't have that. But that extreme opposite, statements with the word white are never true, also can't be true, because then would give us 3 false statements. So no, the opposite of always is not always, which is basically sometimes. It can mean never, but it can also mean just at least once it's a no. So this is a false box. So we need a true box, and the other one we don't know. The gems are in the white box. We can't work on that one yet. The statement on the white box is true. Aha, we know that that is false. So that's two false statements, these two. And so this must be true, so the gems really are in the white box. There are 3. Cool. Okay. So now, we're hoping that we can swing out to the right somehow and be able to make use of that. Security, storeroom, walk-in closet. Security isn't bad. We're getting up into the higher ranks. Being able to play with the doors isn't a bad thing. Yeah, let's do that. State inventory, 1 gem, 2 keys, 2 coins. Eh? Where are these? 1 gem, 2 keys, 2 coins. Somewhere. Where have I left those? Anyway, keycard system. Settings. For right now, we're going to set the level to low and confirm. Change offline mode to unlocked. Confirm. And back. Return to the menu. What do we want? Always the magnifying glass, really. Approve order. Order accepted. Sigil. There's a new term. Sigils are ancient runes imbued with meaning that use symbology to represent the different aspects of the old realms. The book Realm and Runes serves as a helpful guide for those looking to decipher these Aegeran symbols. Well then. That's one of the books that just became available for sale. Let's fill space in. Conference room. We'll just create a way through. That sounds like an idea. We don't have to go in there. And now we don't need to use the chapel. But it means that this door is the only way forward. It's locked, use a key. Bedroom, furnace, nursery. Well, I don't want to go back to the wall necessarily. So let's redraw those. Kochek Planetarium Laboratory. I need stuff. And I want branching points. So let's roll again. How about a drawing room or a hallway? I mean, yeah, hallway. Yes, please. Don't have to pay the gem cost to get the drawing room. Okay, that's open. Closet, gymnasium, garage. Can't re-roll this. We've got steps. Let's do the gymnasium. And we can always hope that we shut it down later. But that way is blocked until we can get the utility closet. But, I mean, I have this nice big empty space. Ooh, we've not been offered this room yet. That's the room we have to take. Absolutely. This is not an object I can pick up. Harp. Chaise longue. There is the other queen. That's hardly a surprise. Oh, there's an upgrade disc. Can't get enough of those. Oh dear. We don't know who that is. But wow, that's a lot. Her ladyship's diary is locked. Obligatory hat. Locket. A book that Simon has decided is not worth reading. Oh, multiple hats. Why have just one? Does it never end? There are X's in things on this line. It isn't just a line. How weird. Does it never end? Okay. I kind of expected this to have more stuff at noon. I assume that's a red flag. I mean, they are nobility. I guess they do have to do that kind of thing. The next time you enter the boudoir, gain 10 steps. The next time you enter the walk-in closet, gain a whole bunch of gems. Okay. So we can't do that. So once again, we're down to only one way in or out, and that is through the hallway. One key. We need it. Guest bedroom, closet, classroom. Well, now we don't have a choice. It has to be the grade 2 classroom. Classroom. Before we go in, let's hit security and do that upgrade disc, because maybe it'll hit today. What are we doing today? It is the boudoir, speaking of. Okay. The boudoir can have a gem in it, or it can have 2 ivory dice in it, or it can have 3 apples in it. I think 2 ivory dice. Gems are nice, but I mean, having some control over, I'm not stuck with these 3 rooms. That's an offer I'm going to find very difficult to refuse. Yeah, this is math homework. We'll pick up that apple. Am I going to get stuck at grade 2 again? Because I don't have another key if this door is locked. It is locked. Dang. Okay. Let's go back to security. View the inventory. Look at this. What happened? One piece of fruit, a gem, 2 keys, 2 coins, the secret garden key, and a set of car keys that have now sprung up somehow. Like, some of this stuff has shown up after I placed this room. How is this possible? Okay. I'm writing this down. We left stuff somewhere. To be fair, we never actually went into the conference room or the chapel. So those are the first 2 places we're going to go looking. So there's one of the pieces of fruit. Okay, so 1 fruit, found it. 2 coins, fine. My first claim ticket. Although it seems to disagree as to what the claim ticket number is, because I thought it was 000. Why do I have a picture of Barrett Sinclair in front of what looks like the bathtub? That's weird. My favorite floor plans, schoolhouse every time it's come up. Fair. Most drafted reading nook, because it's a lovely little, most time spent in the library. Wonder how that happened. Contraptions I've made, power hammer and jackhammer. Showroom receipt. Largest purchase. Maybe one day the attic. You ain't kiddin'. Root cellar patio. Classroom highest grade 2. Okay. But no stuff. I mean, the secret garden key and the car keys. Car keys, I don't have the right room. Secret garden key can only be used on the edge, which I could do theoretically at the gymnasium if only that wasn't the electronic door. Oh, well, there's the car keys. Cross that off the list. That's that mystery solved. So that's useless without the garage. The only other thing I can think of is that the secret garden key is like inside that diary, because these are the only rooms that I introduced after putting in security and checking that list the first time. So I think from here we're going to call it a day. So we're going to call it a day. It's an architect's villa because we have drafting rooms, which I think is going to happen every time that we have the schoolhouse, just because, yeah. But again, only 2. Really annoyed. But that's probably going to be a highlight day. I'm just going to go forward.